Hey, if you've ever built an app with React, you know the feeling. That pain of passing data down through endless layers of components. Well, today, we are going to put an end to that with a super simple but really powerful hook called useContext.
Right? Does this sound familiar? You've got some data at the very top of your app, and you need it way, way down in some deeply nested component. So what do? You pass it down, level by level, through a bunch of components that don't even need it. It's a total headache. Just look at this. On the left, you've got that tangled mess we call prop drilling. But on the right, a nice, clean, direct path. Our goal today is super simple. We're going to transform that chaos on the left into the beautiful clarity you see on the right, all by using a single React hook. So first things first, let's really get into what the problem is. We call it prop drilling, but honestly, I think this game of telephone analogy is just perfect. You know, a message starts out crystal clear at the top, but by the time it gets to the bottom, it's passed through so many hands, it's a miracle it even arrives in one piece. So prop drilling is exactly what it sounds like. You're just drilling a prop straight through your component tree. And this gets really frustrating for stuff that needs to be available everywhere, like user info, the current theme, or language settings. It just makes your code way harder to read and a complete nightmare to refactor later on. But here's the good news. There's an awesome solution built right into React. Let's talk about useContext. I like to think of it as a central announcement board for all of your application's data.
And the official definition really nails it. It's a hook for sharing data globally without all that manual labor. Just imagine any component in your entire app, no matter how deep it is, can just walk up to that central announcement board and grab the exact information it needs. No more middlemen. It's fantastic. And the best part is just how simple it is to use. It all boils down to 3 easy steps. First, you create the context, then you provide the data, and finally, you consume it wherever you need it. Let's break down each one.
Okay, first up, step 1, create the context. Think of this like you're actually building the announcement board itself. Before we can post any information, we need the board to exist in the first place, right? This is our foundation. With just this one foundational step, we're totally changing how data flows in our app. We're getting away from that stiff, top-down chain of command, and instead creating a central source of truth that our components can just listen to. This is the bedrock of our new, much cleaner architecture. And just look at how simple the code is. You literally just import create context from React, call it, and then export the results. That is it. With that one line, you've officially created your user context. The container is now ready to go. So our container's built, but it's empty. In step 2, we're going to provide the context. This is where we actually post the information on our announcement board and decide which parts of our app get to see it. Step 2 is all about providing that value. This is the crucial moment where we define the scope. We're pretty much drawing a boundary around a part of our application and saying, hey, everything inside this little bubble now has access to this shared data. And here's what that looks like. Our user context object comes with a special component called provider. You just wrap this provider around any part of your app that needs the data. In this case, it's the dashboard. The real magic happens right here with this value prop. Whatever data you pass into value, like the name John here, is now instantly available to the dashboard and any other component nested inside it. And finally, the moment we've been waiting for, step 3, consuming the context. This is the fun part, where we just reach out and grab that data right where we need it with absolutely no prop drilling in sight.
This is the payoff. We've created the context, we've provided the data. Now for the final, super simple step that makes it all worth it. Grabbing that data directly from anywhere inside the provider's bubble. And would you look at how clean this is? Inside any component that needs the data, you just import useContext and the user context we made earlier. Then, one single line of code, useContext, user context, and boom! The user variable now holds our value, John. It's direct, it's readable, and it's incredibly efficient. Okay, so sharing a simple string is great, but let's be real. In the real world, our data is usually a bit more complex than that. So let's look at a more powerful, more realistic example. This is a super common use case, right? You've got a user object, and you need different pieces of that object in different places. So what do? Do you have to create a separate context for every single piece of data? No way. Absolutely not. The solution is actually beautiful in its simplicity. Just pass the entire user object into that value prop. Then, in any component that needs it, you can use standard JavaScript destructuring to pull out only the pieces you care about. Maybe one component just needs the name, and another one needs the role. You just grab what you need in one clean, readable line. It's so flexible and it scales perfectly as your data gets bigger. So if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Using useContext completely eliminates prop drilling. You get to replace that messy, indirect chain of props with clean, direct, and really readable data access. Your components become more self-contained and just so much easier to maintain. And that's useContext in a nutshell. It's a simple hook for a frustratingly common problem. It's going to clean up your code and let you get back to what actually matters: building amazing features, not just playing Clumber with your data. So now that prop drilling is solved, the only question left is, what bigger problems are you going to tackle next?